Check 1 2.
Okay, let's see.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Couldn't take your.
Ooh, there we go. The mic was like, no, I like that. So, a few things I want to dissect. So, you've been doing this for 10 years. I like the beat. You're like a teddy bear. Come here, man. The way it's formatted right now, it's like definitely formatted in like a beat battle kind of way. The untrained ear can hear this and not know what's going on, and they can also think that it's like 5 different beats in one. I would definitely take this beat, and if you want to start to get vocalists on this stuff, like something like that, I would just keep it super simple. My favorite part was like the first set of drums that came in, the break. Yeah. Like just like create a version with just that break for like a 3-minute version. But you don't want to go too crazy with the change-ups in terms of like the vocalist. So
I feel it.
Yeah. Is this part-time, full-time?
Like honestly, part-time.
Part-time. Is this day job like something you enjoy, or is this something you would rather not do?
I'd rather not do it.
Okay, so think of creative ways for you to generate enough income that will supplement the amount of income you're making at your current day job. There's producers right now that are making some really good money on from leasing beats online, and there's these really amazing platforms that you can do them on, and to me, in my opinion, I think the two that you want to focus on would be beatstars.com and YouTube. They started it, I think, in 2010, and I think collectively the entire BeatStars the income, the amount of beats sold, grossed, I think, like $100 million in 2018. Yeah, and so there's some serious money to be made. There's a hell of a lot of rappers who need beats, and every time I talk to a rapper upcoming, I ask them, where do you get your beats? I go to YouTube, or it's I go to BeatStars, or it's I go to YouTube. So if you want to make some serious money right now and you have the patience to build it up, explore those options and then be very specific about what you want to do. At first, you're going to lease 1 beat in 1 month. It's going to suck. But after a while, the more you upload, the higher your growth, the more people are going to start to recognize your page, and then you're going to start to build that following, and then those leases are just going to keep happening. And so it's a really great way to just start generating some income right now, and then when you get to that point where you're making enough, then you can utilize that free time to prioritize the stuff that you really want to do, which is you can supplement that income for, you know, maybe some Instagram ads, or you can have the freedom to start developing artists or book some studio time in LA at Record Plant, maybe run into Pharrell, you know, which is a true story. The world is your oyster right now. That's it. You know what I mean? So like, if you really want to think about what you did in the past, learn from those mistakes and try to move forward. But you know, if you really want this, you just got to kind of go for it. So I think nowadays the whole BeatStars YouTube leasing thing is so amazing, because it's giving producers an opportunity to generate income right now. You know, there's guys out there that are making literally thousands of dollars per month. They don't really have placements yet, but they're leasing, you know, $50 here, $50 here, you know, 4 or 5 times over per day, making like $150 to $500 per day. And they're making a killing. So just something to think about. You want to start growing that. I would definitely start with just BeatStars and YouTube for now. And yeah, like I said, just focus on the music and collaborate. And like this room too, you know, definitely start collaborating with these guys as well. Yeah, just keep it going. But definitely just keep making music, man. Prioritize that, and a lot of this stuff is gonna just start to make sense the more you do it.
So as soon as I trust myself, I know you'll see very soon. I'm always lit. Fire in my soul. Fire in my soul.
And then we would create the beat around the words to accentuate everything and make it sound like that.
That's cool.
Work backwards.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really smart. That's like some Filipino shit right there. Like, you have a really unique voice. You know, you're from LA. Sounds like you have a cool story to tell.
Prison without the paraphernalia. Sooner I started ripping is as soon as they started sleeping. Soon as I started whipping is as soon as they start believing.
I love the way you put words together. I mean, you sound like you're delivering with like real emotion and real like personality, and that's what's gonna grab people. You know, like in hip hop at least, like I haven't really seen many people approach it in that way, where it's like I'll record a vocal on a click track, like what you guys are doing, and then build like emotion around it. So do you have any advice, like in terms of like from a hip-hop perspective, like how they can do that?
My thing is this: I'm a composer, and I compose in a lot of different ways. And so like I would say start, you know, from the rhythm up, you know, like essentially, you know, like from a beat. And other times I start from an idea, and I just like sing into my phone. If there's like a rhythm within your hook, maybe that defines like where that beat should go. And it could mean like sorting through 500 beats until you find one that goes, you know,
That matches, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with like singing straight into your fucking phone. Like, you know, to find out what the core of your idea is, you know. And
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's just like, it's really just trial and error. Whatever kind of speaks to you, you kind of like almost have to like trust your instinct too.
yeah, you just use that voice.
Whatever you guys did work, keep working. I love what you're doing. And you too, like you producing for all these guys, I always tell producers like, you're at an advantage if you find a group of people that you really believe in, and that will allow for you to become a better producer.
I mean, that's really, we got a bunch of content out. The next step is just making a bunch of visuals for it. Like, that's the plan. I was thinking about just doing a lot of behind the scenes, like the making of the music and stuff. So stuff like that, just to see the process.
I need like that.
The BTS is for your current fans.
Yeah.
It's not really good for acquiring new fans.
Gotcha.
It's like a cool thing to nurture your current fan base. But if you don't have one yet, then you have, like I was saying earlier, you have to sort of think outside the box in terms of like what kind of content you can create. Like, all right, I'll give you an example. Like, and John, I don't know, you might have some opinions on this, but like, I personally think Will Smith is like kind of crazy on social media. Like, of course he's Will Smith and he's popular, and so he can really like do anything and people will watch it. But I do think there's like a level of like ingenuity and like he knows his place, and he's pandering to his fan base, and he's nurturing who he already knows, and I think his following is growing because of that too.
I think what you want to do is create content that you feel as though when someone sees it, you're gonna want to send it to someone and like,
Exactly. Like, you have to see this. I don't know who they are, but you have to watch this. You know, how can you be creative with the content? But I think posting every day is cool, and I think 2 songs per month is still not enough.
Okay.
I think you want to do more.
All right.
So try to find time to do more. I would do 1 per week,
Gotcha.
at least. You know. Yeah. So give that a go. But I like where it's headed for sure. But you know, the more you make, the better. Just
Gotcha.
boom. Did you write to that second one too?
Yeah,
like, you gonna record to it?
Yeah.
Nice. Man, your vocal stuff is like jumped up, man. Yeah, I hear the improvement in the music. I mean, just the overall energy, like the ability to, like you were saying earlier, like collaborate with other people. Yeah. I think like that's a huge step towards like forward movement.
I used to sometimes, whenever like a career wouldn't go my way and it was like nothing's working out, I would kind of stop and not make as much music. Now, like this year, I've noticed with all the bullshit that's happened, even still I'm making music and like writing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And like the thing you notice is that like the actual music is what gets you through like the bullshit. Went through that bullshit. And but the music is what made it not as bad. Right. And so once you get over that hump, then like you can only go this way. Things only get better. So I think the move to LA is great. That's great. And you guys have a network out there, a starting point. Try to equalize everything, get the situation going, settle in. Think of like creative ways that you can take yourself out of your comfort zone. Maybe collaborating with other songwriters or other singers. You know, you can write music from like a female perspective and just get like find like a really good female singer in LA to like lock in and vibe with, and then start creating a top line like that, so that you can pitch those ideas to female artists. Like just kind of stuff like that. Like trying to take things that you're already doing, but take them kind of to the next level.
What's it like if like I put out a beat and then a bunch of other artists use it, and then I still want to go over it and do it justice? Feel kind of guilty.
Feel like weird about it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I should release a lot of my stuff because I feel like I'm holding on to gems, but then at the same time it needs to be released.
You know, that's just kind of like a fear reaction. I would just make more, like fuck, if I make a beat and I love it, then like I'm keeping that bitch. If I'm making one beat every day and I want to sell beats as well, but also keep my own beats, then I would really try to find time and push myself to try to make more. You know what I mean? It's sort of like trying to see if I can do both. You know, and giving that a try, as opposed to like giving yourself an ultimatum. You know what I mean? And my whole thing is always like, there's always more music to be made. Like I've made beats that, you know, I'm not a rapper or anything, but I've made beats that like I absolutely loved. And I remember I used to have like a folder of just like all my hottest shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna save these for Jay-Z when I meet him one day. And then like fucking 3 years go by and I go back to that folder and I'm like, these are trash. Like, if I played these for Jay-Z, my career would be over. So like, yeah, there's always room to improve. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like saving stuff. Just kind of let it go and have faith in yourself that like, you know, you can make something better or make more, you know. But ultimately I think it's like trying stuff and then again going back to what I was saying about being uncomfortable. I think that's like a big part of it, you know. And being a father and having responsibility, you know, I think you want to be like mindful of just not only being like obviously a responsible father, but also taking risk in your passion as well. And like, you know, if that's something you really want to do, then you know you want to try to do different things to see what kind of fits. Did you guys have fun tonight? Yeah? Amazing. Clap it up for yourselves. Let's go. You guys can take this experience and apply it to, you know, whatever it is you really want to accomplish. The one thing you want to remember is just like, do things that feel uncomfortable, because we can all easily coast, you know, for the rest of our lives, and you don't want to be, you know, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years from now, you don't want to look back and tell yourself, damn, I wish that I fill in the blank.
My apparel here, some
oh
Bay
man,
Area apparel for
this
you.
exclusive shit. Oh bro,
yeah.
Thank you so much,
Welcome
man.
to the Bay.
Man, thank you, man. That means a lot, dude. That's why I do it, man. Like, special moments. It's crazy.